Part 64. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 631. The three of Guyao didn't speak, and only looked at Bian Yanjian. The three of them had a general impression of him. After thinking about it carefully, they could guess why he came here. Sure enough, Bian Yanjian said directly, "I know that you must have extra Shui Wandan on your body. I can directly trade with you with immortal stones, and the price is up to you." Guyao pondered for a moment and said, "We don't need immortal stones. I am more interested in the Bian family's Kishui Yin Li. If your excellency is not willing, then we will not force it." Bian Yanjian was overjoyed. Sure enough, his temptation was right. This person really has Shui Wandan on him. He still doesn't understand the temperament of the alchemist. Of course, if Bian Yanjian knew how much Shuandan Guyao gave to the Kong family, he would don't dare to draw such a conclusion. In the end, the two sides negotiated a price. Bian Yanjian took out 2 Kishui Yin Li and traded a Shuan pill. Seeing the joy in his eyes when he got the pill, Guyao knew that the price was definitely within his range. Inside, although he said that Kishui Yin Li was not easy to refine, he only carried a few of them for self-defense. They have Tian Li Zi, and now they have Kishui Yin Li, which is of great reference for Qi Changjai to refine Yang Huili. Guyao deliberately exchanged Kishui Yin Li for this purpose. Bian Yanjian left with satisfaction. Guyao watched him leave the range of his own consciousness, but the three of them still did not leave, but continued to look at the route they passed. Yes, they followed not only Bian Yanjian, but also Huang the bird is behind. The other party seemed to know that he couldn't hide anymore, and his figure was revealed. Su Chen said in surprise, "Daiusu? I don't know why Daiusu is following us." Su Chuan hid enough, otherwise Bian Yanjian wouldn't be able to detect the person following him, but since Guyao mastered the soul spell, he has become more sensitive to his breath. Su Chuan glanced at Guyao and said, "I want to cooperate with you." The 3 Taoists who discovered the hidden elixir garden and entered it were the 3 fellow Taoists. Guyao and the 3 knew that Su Chuan was referring to the first hidden medicine garden they entered. Not to mention that Qi Changjai sensed someone coming from behind, but when they left the medicine garden, they found the ground in a mess. Obviously is artificial. Now it seems that Su Chuan is among the group of people who came later. Qi Changjai cautiously asked, "What do you need? What can you give? Didn't fellow Daoist Su join the Yu family's camp? Can the Yu family tolerate Daiusu defecting?" Su Chuan smiled lightly, "I can join the Yu family camp, and I can leave the Yu family camp after the secret realm is over. The reason why I agree is that the Yu family can refine a pot of Yin Yang Xiantian pill for me." As soon as Su Chuan said Guyao and the 3 of them, they understood that when alchemist Rui went to Donglan City, he was refining this pill for City Lord Chiao. Breakthroughs are dangerous, and dangerous, with the help of elixir, you can increase your confidence. Point. If that's the case, why are you looking for us again? Guyao couldn't understand. Su Chuan's eyes dimmed. The 3 are new here, and they have limited understanding of the Yu family's character. They are the Shankong family. The Yu family said that the refining of materials will be waste, not to mention others. The Yu family has done similar things. There are more than 1 or 2. If I promise to join the Yu family from now on and make an oath, this wish will not be difficult to achieve, but Su does not want to completely set foot on the Yu family. Qi Changjai raised his eyebrows. They came here for a short time, and they didn't know that the Yu family was so rogue. Guyao spread his hands. "Then you have also found the wrong partner. I have just entered the middle stage of Earth Immortal. If you want to wait until I can refine the Yin Yang Xiantian pill, then you will have to wait. I don't know if you can reach that step in the year of the monkey." Su Chuan said, "If my expectations are not bad, the 3 of you should leave this place immediately after the end of the secret realm. I want to walk with the 3 of them." I am very familiar with the starry sky in this area, and I can lead the three of them. If I wait. No, maybe if I leave here, I can find another alchemist to refine elixir for me, but I just hope that the three can help me temporarily keep a batch of elixir. Su Chen was surprised and said, could it be that you have to hand over the harvest after you come into the Yu family? The reward is that the Yu family refines a pot of medicinal pills for you. This is too overbearing. Su Chuan shrugged, although I'm a bit overbearing, but if I don't come in, I don't even have the qualifications for that pot of pills, and I don't have the chance to meet three fellow Taoists to help me smuggle a batch of supplies. Su Chen smiled, are you confident that we will agree? And you are not afraid that we will swallow this batch of things? Su Chuan also laughed, you have to take a gamble. If the Yu family can sincerely refine the Yin-Yang Xiantian pill for me, it will undoubtedly be the best result. Of course, I will still leave this place, as you have seen. Sooner or later, the Yu family will start a war, and I don't want to get involved in their disputes. Su Chen looked at Gu Yao, since he is not afraid of us swallowing things, what are we worried about? It's a good deal. No matter how you look at it, they won't have any losses, and maybe they can harvest a batch of materials from the secret realm. Gu Yao nodded and said, okay, then we agreed, and hope to cooperate happily. Of course, verbal promises are useless. After the two sides made an oath, Su Chuan handed a storage ring to Gu Yao, with Su Chuan's seal on it. Gu Yao didn't even look at it, and threw it into his storage ring. In the ring, at the same time, they sent a Shui Wandan over to show their sincerity. After exchanging contact information, the three of Gu Yao turned around and left. Su Chuan stood there, looking at Shui Wandan in his hand. It was a last resort plan to find the three of Gu Yao, because he had very little confidence in the Yu family. The Yu family's biggest possibility is to swallow his batch of immortal grass, and then tell him after a while, all the refining is useless. What can he do? Rushing into Yu's house to verify the truth? High-grade Shui Wandan, if Gu Yao's alchemy skills were further improved, he would not need to trade with the Yu family at all. Even if the Yu family made alchemy for him, it would be impossible to hand over the high-grade alchemy to him. If it really doesn't work, just wait. According to him, the three of Gu Yao's cultivation years are not long, and this trip to the secret realm, the three of them really. The power will increase, maybe it is not far from refining the Yin-Yang Xiantian pill. Throwing the medicinal pill into his mouth, Su Chuan also turned and fled in the other direction. When Su Chuan handed the storage ring to Gu Yao, Qi Changjai sent a voice transmission to him, put it in the storage ring first, and then transferred it into the space if necessary, so as not to be found abnormal by the other party. If the storage ring moved hands and feet, after entering the space, they cannot be traced. As Su Chen said, this incident didn't cost them much. Even if Su Chuan had ulterior motives, they were not defenseless. When the secret realm ends and leaves Yu Kang's house, if Su Chuan sincerely helps, their departure will be smoother. While they were on their way, they collected the fire-type refining materials they encountered. Fire-type fairy grasses were rare, but once they encountered them, they would not be ordinary things. Entering deeper and deeper, Su Chen's cultivation base is the lowest. If there is no help from the different fire, he can't bear to quit long ago. Even now, he has to expose the existence of the Red Lotus Karma fire and use it to protect his body. He is thinking about it. If it really doesn't work, go into Gu Yao's space to avoid it. Qi Changjai's lightning elemental spirit root is also very powerful in resisting fire. Not many of the Yukong family can keep up with them, and of course they shouldn't be taken lightly. The Red Lotus karmic fire also played an unexpected role, that is, the fire attribute beasts encountered along the way, actually fled far away after smelling the aura of the strange fire. When they reached the limit, they easily occupied a fierce beast. The cave of the beast is covered with layers of formations to hide their breath. Su Chen didn't participate in Yang Huolei's research, so he went to retreat. The fire element here is so rich, whether it is Red Lotus karmic fire or his own cultivation, he can improve. After Guyao helped Qi Changjai dismantle Tian Lizi and Geshui Yin Li, he also practiced in seclusion. It is said that this kind of exclusive possession is difficult for outsiders to disassemble, otherwise it would not be possible for outsiders to figure out the method of refining, but unfortunately Guyao's soul power is very special, and can go down to the smallest detail and combine the inner formation with the hidden ones. The tricks were restored and told to Qi Changjai. After Guyao retreated, Qi Changjai began to try. The necessary refining materials were all in the secret realm. If they were lacking, they could go out and collect some. So when Qi Changjai was staying in this hole, there were often explosions, or Lei Guang's masterpiece, or the blazing flames, but because they were well prepared, they were separated by a formation ban, which did not affect Guyao and Su Chen, who were in retreat. Although Qi Changjai's control power is not as good as Guyao's, it is also quite good among the monks of the same rank. The power of the lightning element is inherently violent. If the monk himself has a weak temperament and has no strong control power, he will be affected by the violent energy and change his temperament. But Qi Changjai is not the case. Xian Yuan force and sword Qi are extremely tame in his hands, and the command is like an arm, which can be seen from the fact that he can make fairy talismans. Unknowingly, when Guyao and Su Chen exited the customs 1 year later, they saw dozens of finished products piled up beside Qi Changjai. Su Chen was stunned. "Aren't these all Yang Huolei?" Qi Changjai raised his eyebrows. "No, half Yang Huolei, half Tian Lei Zi. Geshui Yin Li requires different energy. There is no source in the extreme fire area, so he can only make these two types. He first uses the relatively simple Tian Lizi to practice, and then starts refining after Tian Lizi gets used to it." Yang Huolei, for this reason, he also left the cave and went out to collect several fire seeds, which he kept in his danshan. "Honey," Su Chen expressed his admiration, and then he was very happy. "Come on, give me some points. With this thing to defend myself, I will not be afraid of wherever I go." Guyao couldn't help crying and laughing when he heard it. "I really met Xianjun, no matter how much Yang Huolei, it's not much use." Su Chen didn't care. Ordinary immortals, where would they take action against the gods and the gods? It's just that madman, who won't let us go. This is because they took what others wanted, otherwise they really wouldn't be able to get into the eyes of that immortal. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 632. Qi Changjai said nothing, divided the refined Tian Lizi and Yang Huolei into 3 parts, and put away one for each person. "I really want to run away. This amount is not enough for Qi Changjai, so we need to continue refining. Just as Guyao and Su Chen are out of the customs, we can start Qi Changjai and preliminarily process the required refining materials. It can be done." So the 3 continued to stay in the cave. At this time, Qi Changjai's refining speed of Yang Huolei was greatly accelerated. When the lightning element in the body's immortal energy was almost drawn, they stopped to absorb immortal stones for cultivation, and then refined Yang Huo after training. Huolei, this cycle repeats. The cultivation base also grows visibly to the naked eye, and because the fire is refined, he can absorb the fire element immortal energy. In the blink of an eye, a few months have passed, and the number of Yang Huolei has increased from dozens to more than 200. Don't underestimate this number. If you really smash them all together to detonate, even the gods will be unable to bear it. Come on, let's go out for a walk and find more fire. The better the fire, the better the quality of the Yang Huolei refined. Qi Changjai didn't want to use the different fire. The different fire is too conspicuous. Once it is used, it will be exposed. During this period of time, the 3 of them have made considerable progress in their cultivation. Especially, Guyao and Su Chen have been in retreat for a year, which is equivalent to the result of their usual practice for several decades. Moreover, the two of them have not taken less pills during this period of time. There is a different fire, and it is a top-grade pill. The problem of erysipelas is almost negligible, so one is not far from the middle stage of the Earth Immortal, and the other is also in the late stage of the Earth Immortal, so they need to go out to find opportunities, not retreat, and practice. The growth of their cultivation base also allows them to explore deeper. Not long after they left, there were actually two groups of people who visited this place one after another. They both noticed that there was an aura left by the monks here. They were very shocked. Who else went deeper than them? The monks who come here all have fire-type spiritual roots and good quality fire seeds. This is the case. They are also pushing forward while cultivating. There is a gradual adaptation process. If you go deep, the injury is light. Who could it be? Could it be someone from you, Kang's family? When did they become so powerful? Both groups of people guessed at each other, but they didn't expect it would be the third group, also Guyao and the three of them. Those who can come here are either with treasures, or those with cultivation bases at the pinnacle of Earth Immortals, and those with weaker cultivation bases are left behind, so in their opinion, these three are unlikely to leave Su Chen and the early Earth Immortals behind. In the middle stage of Earth Immortal Guyao, Qi Changjai broke in alone. The Kang family arrived after the Yu family left, one step behind, so it is not wrong for them to say that the Yu family arrived first. Kang Mingfeng said firmly, it must be the Yu family. They must have obtained excellent treasures to protect themselves. The two of us have explored here many times. Not only our Kang family, but also the Yu family also suspect that there is something deep in this extreme fire area. Good things, I have more preparations every time, I just want to take a look at the depths and see what treasures are hidden inside. The treasures belong to the fire attribute, which is definitely not exhaustive. No matter which one it falls into, it will have a blessing effect, so both sides are fighting hard and want to get it first. Then we have to speed up, but we can't let them take the lead. If the dead wood and grass are not found, if that thing falls into their hands, the disadvantage of our Kang family will be even more obvious, another Kang family's Earth Immortal peak cultivator said. Yes, let's go. Kang Mingfeng did not say that the dead wood grass was already in his hands, so as not to show traces of the words and deeds of the Kang family's children and let the Yu family see that the dead wood grass is now their trump card. Even if the treasure really fell into you in the hands of the family, once the ancestor's injury recovers, the Kang family will not be completely crushed by the Yu family. The three of Guyao, who were walking in the front, had no idea what was going on behind them. If they knew, they might be glad they left early. The three of them practiced while walking. Guyao was even better. He directly released the glass bottle. The glass bottle itself can absorb the fire power from the outside to improve its quality, and that fire power can also improve the quality of the fire inside. Guyao will also take it easy. The best kind of fire you encounter is thrown into the glass bottle. Su Chen looked at the glass bottle and said with a smile, after walking down the strip, the grade of this glass bottle may be improved by a small rank. As the master, Guyao felt the clearest. It's really possible, I really didn't expect that there would be such a secret realm in Yukang City. If it wasn't for two immortal monarchs guarding it, I would have been unable to keep this secret realm long ago. He doesn't believe that the secrets in the secret realm haven't been leaked out for so many years, and it's not because of the presence of Xianjun. The three came to a volcanic crater, and a lot of ores rolled down at the foot of the mountain. These ore were of better quality than the smelting materials they had collected before. The three quickly picked them up, but they had some scruples about this volcanic crater. When this crater erupted, the temperature must have been much higher than it is now, so I don't know what's going on inside. Qi Changjai glanced at it and said, you can take a closer look later, and if there is any danger, hurry up and withdraw. Okay. The smelting materials here are of heaven-level quality, and if they are brought out, they can be exchanged for a large number of middle-grade immortal stones. Now that I think about it, the place that the Kong family gave them is really beneficial. Of course, on the other hand, if they weren't strong enough, the gains would not be so great. They didn't pick up some of the smelting materials they picked up, and stuffed them into the storage ring. As they picked them up, they walked to the edge of the crater. The three of them lay on top and looked inside. Hurting and breathing the fiery cloud outside, the fiery cloud floats in the air, forming a unique scenery here. Although the scenery is beautiful, the temperature is excellent, so although it can't help but be empty, no one is stupid enough to fly up. Try to fly as low as possible. Row. It wasn't the scalding magma that was burning the clouds inside. Chi threw a piece of top-level refining material down, but it started to melt after a while. Su Chen gasped as he saw it. That refining material. There is the top-tier fire essence immortal crystal, but unfortunately you have to be close to the magma to get it. Guyao stared at the dazzling red and dazzling crystal. Phil Light, the value of this thing is several times better than the heaven-level refining material they obtained just now. Chi said solemnly, I suspect that there are creatures in the magma, and it is not easy to take risks. If there is, it must be in the sky and occupy the geographical advantage, which is very unfavorable to them. Guyao's eyes are still eager, this thing can also help him and Su Chen's strange fire grow. Cough, I actually have an idea. Guyao said, aiming at Chi Chang'ai looked at him helplessly, not letting Guyao try him. He would not give up, so he had to say, tell me, I'll try it. Guyao quickly waved his hand and said, it's not for you to try, we can try together. Su Chen's eyes lit up, Xiaoao, you said it was space? Maybe you can give it a try. Today's Pill Pavilion space is very different from that of the spirit world, and the connection between Guyao and Pill Pavilion space is also closer. Maybe the old Dan Xian who left Pill Pavilion at the beginning can't believe it when he sees Pill Pavilion now. It's okay to think about it for Chi Chang'ai. He can feel relieved when he sees it. If it doesn't work, just withdraw, so he relaxes. The next moment, the three disappeared in place, and a dust-like particle slowly drifted into the crater, getting closer and closer to the magma. The three people in the space can see the scene outside. Guyao controls the particles to drift to the fire essence fairy crystal. They know that they can't be sent in through a layer of heat, but they can see the bubbles churning below. The three still have it. A heart-pounding feeling. As he got closer and closer to the magma, Guyao had a happy expression on his face. The heat here did not have a big impact on the space, and the space could withstand it. Now he dared not speculate on what kind of existence the space was, but it was definitely beyond his understanding. No. Under the control of Guyao, the particles finally floated to the vicinity of the fire essence immortal crystal and landed on the large piece of immortal crystal. Guyao began to carefully collect the fire essence immortal crystal through the space. Instead of releasing the consciousness and collecting it in a large area, the fire essence immortal crystal fell into the space, and Su Chen picked it up. It was warm, not hot. It was amazing, and the quality was very good. The fire essence immortal crystal, dangling in mid-air, looked extremely comfortable as if it had eaten a delicious meal. Chi Chang'ai kept staring at the movement outside, not relaxing for a moment, so as to remind Guyao in time. Guyao was very patient. It was like an ant-moving house. Slowly, the fire essence immortal crystals in the space also accumulated a small hill. There were thousands of them, and Guyao and Su Chen's faces flushed red. Excited, with these immortal crystals, their abnormal fire will definitely increase a rank. The improvement of the abnormal fire will also be fed back to them, and their cultivation will also increase. And they have the origin of wood, so they don't have to worry about the excessive power of the fire element. So while Guyao moved, the two different fires began to absorb the fire essence fairy crystals. Not only did the three not stop them, but they actively supported them. Hold. Guyao didn't move from one place, but moved from one place to another, striving to be even, so the mountain wall was weakened by a layer visible to the naked eye. Careful. Just when Chi Chang'ai made a sound, a rope shot down towards the particle position. When Guyao heard Chi Chang'ai's voice, he subconsciously controlled the particle to hide to the side. When the three of them saw what was going on outside, they all gasped. The swift shot was not a rope at all, but the tongue of a vicious beast. Judging from the shape of the tongue, the vicious beast should be something like a fire toad. At this moment, the surface of the tumbling magma also floated, and only the sarcomas that protruded on the back could be seen, and the sarcomas seemed to contain hot magma. The tongue quickly retracted, and where the tongue was ejected, the fire essence immortal crystal shrunk by one piece. According to visual estimation, there were probably dozens less. This is definitely a heaven-level beast. Fortunately, there is space, otherwise we would not be able to escape, Su Chen said fearfully. Chi Chang'ai nodded, it's a heaven level, and it is a relatively high beast in the heaven level. That is to say, the strength may be in the middle level or even high level of heaven. This is its home field, and even Yang Huo cannot be used. If it is used, it will make the environment here more dangerous. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 633. The three of Guyao did not try to be brave and waited patiently for the fire toad to recede in the space. After it had eaten twice, the huge body covered with sarcomas slowly sank. Guyao still didn't move. Even if this kind of beast is not high in intelligence, it may not have the power to judge, otherwise it will not come up and attack the position of the particle. Sure enough, after they waited for 2 hours, there was movement under the magma. This time, the fire toad exposed its head, showing two lantern-like eyes, and looked around suspiciously and fiercely. After lingering in the lava for a while, it sank again. The three of Guyao waited patiently for a day and a night, and they had to feel that this fire toad was very cunning, and it was repeated 3 or 4 times before it finally died. Okay, this time we will fight quickly, collect another batch of fire essence immortal crystals and leave immediately, Chi Chang'ai urged. This is also what Guyao means. He has already disturbed the fire toad once, and the second time will definitely not be so reluctant. Therefore, he immediately drives the particles to get close to the fire essence fairy crystal, and there is a clatter in the space, and nearly 10,000 fire essence immortals fall in. Jing, however, controlled the particles to turn around and flew out of the crater, soaring to the fastest speed. As soon as they exited the crater, there was a roar behind him. Guyao concentrated on controlling the particles and could not see the scene behind, but Su Chen and Chi Chang'ai could see it, and a large swath of burning clouds flew out from behind, which was also mixed with, compared with the hot magma and the large heat waves rolling out from the crater, the particles are so insignificant, as if they will be swallowed up by the heat wave in a blink of an eye. Su Chen wiped away the sweat, but fortunately ran fast. Looking at this posture, this volcano is about to erupt again, just because they provoked a fire-type beast, which made it fierce. Fortunately it is deep enough, it should not be. It affects the Kong family who came in. As for the Yu family, they are not concerned. The particles ran fast, quickly ran out of the area swept by the heat wave, and went deeper than the crater. It's just that Guyao and the others made such a big noise. The Yukong family who followed behind them were indeed unlucky. Among them, the Yu family who walked a little faster were the most affected. The environment that was quite stable, suddenly the fire broke out. Huashe Yun collided, and the fire attribute immortal energy became extremely chaotic. One of the rest of the family was directly involved in the heat wave storm formed by Huashe Yun. There was no way to save it. After a while, The screams went silent. Not to mention that there is no way to save it, it feels like a deadly danger is coming, and the rest of the Yu family turn around and run away without thinking. There was too much movement ahead, and the Kong family's team stopped, feeling that a huge heat wave was brewing in the air ahead, and Kong Mingfeng, who led the team, ordered the retreat without hesitation. The Kong family, who was one step behind, took advantage of it, and the loss was much smaller than that of the Yu family's team. The environment here is changeable, and neither of the two teams thought that this accident was caused by human beings. After all, how dangerous is ahead? They all know that they don't think anyone other than them can go deep there. Even if they go in, they will be wiped out under such changes. The three of Guyao did not leave the space again, because they all knew that leaving the space would make their situation extremely dangerous. Out of danger, Su Chen and Qi Changjai only had the time to look at the pile of fire essence immortal crystals that Guyao hurriedly brought in. Seeing Qi Changjai's heart skipping a beat, Su Chen froze for a moment and then laughed out loud. Guyao was laughed at. He was confused, and when he looked back, he was dumbfounded. In the pile of fire essence immortal crystals, there is a large ball, which is even more dazzling red, and it seems that there is magma flowing inside. If they don't get along, anyone can see that they are enjoying themselves. Su Senel was broken. It's no wonder that the fire toad was so fierce and made such a big move. You are doing the best for others. Things moved in, good. Well done this time. Qi Changjai raised his eyebrows and said, could this be the fire essence immortal crystal essence? Although this is a bit hard to say, it is not difficult to see the importance of this sphere. If the fire essence immortal crystal is a top quality refining material, then this piece is the best of the best, and even find a similar place, this fire essence. Immortal crystal marrow can give birth to a piece of fire marrow immortal crystal after years and months. Su Chen said, although I haven't heard of it, it must be that I am the fire toad, and I have to hunt them down. Haha, these two little guys are blessed. Guyao also wiped away the sweat, but the result was completely unexpected, so he was more careful next time. At this moment, he didn't even know the impact of his actions on the Yukong family, so they retreated directly to the safety zone. Of course, after being careful for a while, seeing good fire and refining materials, Guyao boldly hooked them in again. I don't know how far they have flown. The world that was red and black suddenly became clear and translucent. The three of them were overjoyed. Did they reach the key place? Look there, Qi Changjai pointed forward, and Guyao and Su Chen both breathed when they saw it clearly. In the center of the clear and translucent world in front, there is actually a stone tablet suspended in the air, and it stands quietly in mid-air, forming a spherical world with it as the center, and the fire power from outside cannot penetrate at all. I'll fly closer and see what's on the steel. Guyao's heart beat a little faster, and he controlled the particles to approach carefully. The closer they got, the taller and taller the steel became in their eyes, until it covered all the field of vision, but they still couldn't see what was on the steel, like a veil that couldn't be pierced through layers. Guyao thought for a while and said, I actually sense that the heat outside is not very high, maybe we can go out and take a look. Qi Changjai thought for a while and said, all right, I'll go out with you. Su Chen raised his hands, okay, I'll stay. He didn't go out to drag his feet. Guyao took Qi Changjai out of the space, and the two were standing in front of the stone monument at the moment. The stone monument was really tall, and they needed to look up. In the space, they felt that the stone monument had a vicissitudes of life, and now I feel an ancient and distant atmosphere. I don't know where it came from, and who placed it in this secret realm. Guyao and Qi Changjai glanced at each other, and together they put their palms on the stone tablet. Immediately, their heads exploded like a volcanic eruption, and they were dragged into pictures. They saw tall giants. They were born with fire, and they were born masters of playing with fire. They would use everything related to fire. They used fire to temper their bodies, making their bodies extremely tyrannical. Everything is fire, only fire, and the tyrannical fire giant is invincible on the mainland. I don't know how long it took. In the space, Su Chen only saw the palms of the two people sticking to the stone tablet, and then he closed his eyes and stood there stupidly. He didn't move for a long time. Su Chen couldn't stay at ease. All the pictures flashed, and the consciousness of the two was kicked out by the stone tablet. The two opened their eyes and looked at each other. The other was shocked. Then they looked up at the stone tablet. The two bowed respectfully, and then turned back to the space. In the space, Guyao sorted out the pictures he had seen before and told Su Chen about it. It is impossible to guess the place and origin of these fire giants, but they are undoubtedly a special race, which is not the same as the monks in the immortal world today. What you see on the screen is the daily life practice and battle of these fire giants. Let's not talk about the rest. I think the most worthy of our reference is a Vulcan body forging method. Fire giants are born to control fire, and this forging method tempers their fleshly bodies. Powerful fire giants can pick stars and hammer them. Sun and moon, we may not be able to reach the level of those powerful fire giants, but just based on the power they show, I think the Vulcan bodybuilding method will be a superb bodybuilding method. We just have this condition to practice, and after we came to Immortal Realm, it is not difficult to get a better body forging method. Su Chen was really positive. Great, this is clearly tailored for us, who made us all have strange fire, and just happened to be here. Guyao nodded. Yes, we can try it in the next time. As soon as he said it, Guyao controlled the particles to leave the space of the stone tablet. Before leaving, he glanced back. There was a mysterious power in the stone tablet that made it suspended there and separated the world of fire outside. What the three of them didn't know was that when they plunged into the world of fire, the stone tablet gradually became dull, and finally a crack appeared on the tablet. The crack expanded, and it collapsed into pieces with a bang. When the stone tablet collapsed, the insulating space here lost its support, and the heat wave outside filled it up instantly. The three chose a place with a more suitable temperature, and decided to stay here for the rest of the time to practice. Guyao passed the Vulcan body training method to Su Chen, and started to practice introductory by using the environment here. The environment here is suitable, and Guyao and Su Chen, who have a different fire in their bodies, quickly entered the door. Although Qi Changjai was a little slower, but it went smoothly. It is also related to the frequent double cultivation with Guyao. Time passed unknowingly, and soon it was time to leave the secret realm. Somewhere in the secret realm, 3 groups of flames blasted away in a burst, and one person walked out from it. At first glance, it seemed that the Vulcan came into the world, but as they walked out of the center of the flame, the fairy armor was not exactly the same. Guyao 3 people? The 3 of them all had cheerful smiles on their faces. During their cultivation, although they had suffered a lot, they used fire to temper their bodies. It can be said that they repeatedly hammered and tempered their bodies as if they were embryos. Fortunately, the 3 of them took one step from the bottom. Those who walked up had suffered a lot, so they all survived, and the harvest was naturally very rich. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 634. Qi Changjai directly entered the pinnacle of the earth immortal, and was at the breakthrough point. If the occasion was suitable, he could break through the tribulation, and the immortal energy had also been tempered and became extremely solid. He looked at the sword energy that emerged in his hand, and he agreed with him. Compared to when he first entered the secret realm, his strength has more than doubled. However, as he took a few steps forward, the breath on his body weakened again, and it was only maintained at the peak of the earth immortal who had just broken through. There was still a big difference between just entering the earth immortal peak and facing the tribulation. 100 years or more. Guyao and Su Chen's harvest is also not small. Guyao also directly crossed 2 small steps from the middle stage of the Earth Immortal, and entered the peak of the Earth Immortal. Of course, there is still some distance from breaking through to the Heavenly Immortal. It has to be said that in addition to the credit of the Vulcan body forging method, there is also the help of the Fire Essence Immortal Crystal, which greatly improves the level of the different fire and feeds back to his master. With the same reasoning as him, Su Chen also crossed 2 small steps and entered the late stage of Earth Immortal. Su Chen was so excited that he almost danced. Like Qi Changjai, they all lowered the cultivation base they showed. Otherwise, the improvement would be so fast that it would make people suspect what treasures they got in the secret realm. Therefore, one of them was in the late stage of Earth Immortal, and the other was in Earth Immortal. In the midterm, they only improved by a small rank. In the eyes of outsiders, this is also a big improvement. Let's go out and meet the others at the exit. If it's too late, we won't be able to leave. The 3 of them dodged and swept to the wood-based secret realm. Now the environment in the fire zone does not pose much danger to them. Compared with before, their speed has increased by more than 2 or 3 times. I didn't meet anyone else along the way, so I must have left first. But just as he was about to pass that barrier, a figure flashed out. It was Su Chuan who had cooperated with them. Su Chen's eyes rolled around. If this person cooperated sincerely, then his eyesight would be incredible. With Guyao's current cultivation level, there is no problem in refining the yin-yang xiantian pill. What is needed is to gradually become familiar with it, the refining of these medicinal herbs. If he really cooperates, it is not impossible to give him a chance. Guyao asked, could it be that fellow deist Su is waiting for us here? Everyone else has left. Yes, Su Chuan nodded, I haven't seen the 3 come out. I think you are still inside, so I deliberately waited here, and I hope the 3 fellow Taoists will help me keep a storage ring. He always felt that the strength that Qi Changjai showed was still reserved, and this man made him unable to see through. Guyao laughed dumbly, reached out to take it, and kept 1 or 2, it made no difference. Take care of you 3. Fellow deists Su also take care. The 4 of them clasped their fists at each other and walked in 2 directions, so as not to make people suspect that they were communicating privately. Usually, the trip to the secret realm is at the end, and it is often the time when the fight is the most fierce. The 3 of Guyao stayed until the end because of the practice of the Vulcan body forging method, so they did not know what was going on in the secret realm. If the Kang family needs to, if they don't show up in time, I don't know if Kang's family will have any opinion on them. Traveling all the way, they quickly arrived at the meeting point. The 3 of them were surprised to say that the 2 camps were in peace, but with a glance, it could be seen that the number of surviving monks from the Yu family was much less than that of the Kang family. Seeing the 3 of them appear from a distance, Kang Minghao and the others, who had been worried for a long time, could finally show a smile. Great, you are finally here, I'm afraid you won't be able to catch up. Sorry, Xiao Xiao closed for a while and almost forgot the time. Guyao apologized. There was still more than a day before the exit opened, and the 3 of Guyao stayed with Kang Minghao and the others, while Su Chuan appeared only half a day later. Seeing him reappear, the Yu family did not look good. Maybe it is because he thinks that this guy is not very helpful to the Yu family, but when he needs to use others, he just disappears. Kang Minghao told Guyao and the others a lot about the situation after the separation. Only then did Guyao and the others understand that the Yu family's subsequent downsizing had nothing to do with the Kang family. They also knew that there was a riot in the fire area, and the Yu family's downsizing it was because of that riot. Guyao didn't think much about it, but Qi Changjai flashed doubts, suspecting that the riot in Kang Minghao's mouth was related to the volcanic eruption caused by the rage of the fire toad, but even if it was related, they would not admit it, so they left it behind. Kang Minghao looked at the Yu family on the opposite side, and reminded in a low voice, this time Yu Yubo died, the Yu family outside must have known when he died, Yu Yubo and his mother Yulan will definitely not give up. I think when we go out, we will definitely face an attack, maybe it will spread to you, you have to be careful. Gu Yao nodded. They thought about it when Yu Yubo died. While he was talking with Kong Ming Hao, he secretly handed the jade box containing dead wood and grass to Kong Ming Hao, who quietly accepted it. When I entered the storage ring, my heartbeat accelerated a lot, trying to control myself not to show it. The Kong family's survival rate this time is pretty good. I was very happy at first, but the closer the time to go out, the lower my mood, because the dead wood and grass have not been found. The Yu family was also in a low mood. The Kong family did not find dead wood and grass. They should have been happy, but Yu Yubo died. They were also suspected of lack of protection, and the Kong family survived more than them. This is not a good thing for the Yu family. The Yu family originally came in with the purpose of hunting down as many children of the Kong family as possible, but on the other side of the fire territory, due to a riot, 2 peak Earth Immortal cultivators were damaged, plus other casualties. The child is weak, and comparing the strength of the two sides, how dare the children of the Yu family dare to move their previous thoughts, especially when most of the top monks of the Kong family survived. This is the fundamental reason why the fight Gu Yao thought did not happen later, otherwise the Yu family would not be able to hunt, and would instead become the target of being hunted. Open, the exit is open. The space where they came in trembled, and soon, the same aperture appeared in the eyes of everyone. Everyone flew towards the aperture, and the 3 of Gu Yao also took the opportunity to mix with the Kong family team. As soon as they flew out of the aperture, a force swept them away, and a voice sounded in their ears, "No need to resist." Following this force, they came to Elder Kang's Tianxian, and they saw a female cultivator staring gloomily in the opposite Yu family's camp. They had met during the competition before. This person was Yu Yubo's mother Yulan. When Yu Yubo's death soul card shattered, Yulan even made an unreasonable request to open the secret realm in advance. Because opening the secret realm requires the cooperation of the Kong family, which cannot be done by the Yu family alone, Yu Yan's unreasonable request is impossible to achieve. During that time, Yulan spread fire everywhere, although the Kong family did not know what happened in the secret realm, but Yulan, a crazy woman, would not be allowed to make trouble. Before the secret realm was reopened to pick up people, the Yukong family had already fought for several rounds, which made the ordinary monks in Yukong Chen watch a lot of fun. "Tell me, how did Yubo die? Don't try to hide it from me, or you won't have a place to hide in Tianya Cape." Yu Yan's angry voice sounded in the sky as soon as he landed. The children of the Yu family who came out of the secret realm were shocked to the point of being unsteady. "Nonsense," an elder Tianxian stepped in and interrupted, and the pressure on those cultivators suddenly decreased. "All those who came back are the children who have done good to the Yu family, so you can't do it? Such nonsense, doesn't it chill the hearts of the children who are working hard in the secret realm?" And to be honest, some people have long disliked Yu Yan's behavior of condoning her son Yu Yubo. Yu Yan's face was ashen. She stretched out her hand and pointed at Yu Yike. "Tell me, you are the leader of the team, and how Yu Yi died, tell me honestly. No matter who did it, I Yulan will ask him to pay back my son's life." The first elder looked at his disciple and said, "Yike, tell me, there is a master here." Yu Yike cupped his hands and said, "None of the monks in junior brother Yubo's team survived. We were late when we arrived, but before we rushed there was a signal from the Kong family asking for help," he said while looking at Kong over there at home. "The Yu family can't tolerate Yu Yan's mischief, and the Kong family can't. During the interrogation there, the elder Kong has arranged for his children to board the flying boat and prepare to leave. The flying boat is about to start." "Wait, you can't go." Yulan jumped into the air to stop the Kong family's flying boat. Of course she knew that it must have died in the hands of the Kong family, but she needed more accurate information, otherwise, before these people came out, there will be no more trouble with the Kong family. The first elder of the Kong family squinted at the elders of the Yu family, and said, "This is your attitude? Then my son of the Kong family died in the hands of your Yu family, should we also ask your Yu family to blame? The grievances in the secret realm should be resolved in the secret realm. This has always been the principle pursued by the Yukong family. Should we set a precedent this time?" Another elder also attacked. "Hand over the murderer who killed my son," Yulan said strongly. "Go away," the first elder didn't want to mess around with Yulan. The coercion of the peak of Tianxian forced Yulan to bear it, and the flying boat flew away in a blink of an eye. "Elder, did my son die in vain?" Yulan shouted angrily. The elder gave her a light look. "It's not just your son who died. Let's go back and talk about it." The latter words were said to others. Judging from the death and injury of the Yu family, we knew that the Yu family had not been able to gain the upper hand in the secret realm, so after returning home, you should ask about the situation in the secret realm. On the Kong family's side, the elders were also asking about the situation in the secret realm, especially how Yu Yubo died. Kong Minghao and the Kong family who were rescued at the time looked at each other and said in unison that they made a move together, and in fact Yu Yubo died. Accidentally, he died in the hands of his own Yang Huolei, and the elders of the Kong family laughed when they heard it. Kong Minghao and the others had a very tacit understanding, and excluded the 3 Guyaos who were involved in it. If the Yu family knew that it was Guyao and the others, they would never let them leave Yukang City, but the Kong family admitted it together. Can the Yu family kill them together? This thing falls on them much better than Guyao and the others. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 635. Back at Yu's house, Qi Changjai and the 3 of them bid farewell. The Kong family is definitely not a place for them to stay for a long time. Kong Ming Song, who came in a hurry when he got the news, was very reluctant. When Kong Minghao came back, he took out a box and asked him to hand it over to the ancestor. To hold back more, there was an extra box in his hand between his hands, and he handed it to Guyao and the others. "This is the thank you gift that my ancestors asked me to pass on to you. This time I've made you worry a lot. I won't say if I can help you in the future. I just hope that you will come and see us when you pass through Yukang City in the future." Xianjun's thank you gift is hard to refuse. Of course, the 3 of Guyao did not want to refuse, so they accepted it with a smile. "Thank you for our ancestor Kong, and this time, I also want to thank the Kong family for making it happen. We will leave it now, he will meet again someday." "Okay, take care of you." There are only 3 Kong Ming Song brothers who said goodbye to Guyao and the others. The other Kong family members did not know that Guyao and the others left in a hurry. Yu family members were watching outside, and the Kong Ming Song brothers also knew that the quieter they went, the better. Several elders of the Kong family looked at the place where the ancestors retreated, and one of them did not understand. Just let the 3 fellow Taoists leave? If they can stay and join our Kong family, why should the Kong family not be prosperous? They are most interested in the alchemy skills of Guyao and Su Chen. This time they entered the secret realm and each has risen a small step. The alchemy skills will definitely improve on the original basis. Therefore, in the opinion of some people, staying in the Kong family, it is good for them and for the Kong family. Although they have made great achievements in the secret realm and brought back dead wood and grass, the Kong family is also very generous to them. The harvest in the secret realm has not been touched by the Kong family. You must know that after the children of the Kong family come out, part of the harvest will be handed over to them. Family. If they didn't have the opportunity to enter the secret realm, how could they be promoted to a small order in just 5 years? Some people even scratch their heads and wonder why so many people can't find dead wood and grass, but what is the secret method they get? If the Kong family mastered it, they might be able to find the 2nd and 3rd plants in the secret realm in the future. The deadwood grass is too important. The elder of the Kong family said, "Okay, I know what you think, but they may not have a history, otherwise how can they explain the alchemy they have? Yukong Cheng is just a stop on their journey, no matter if they are in the secret realm. How many things they get, it is their fate, and because of them, Mekong family has reversed their own destiny. People, don't be too greedy. Yes, great elder. After leaving the Kang's house, Gu Yao opened the box and took a look. It contained Tian Liaizi. There were only 3 pills in it, but at a glance, you could see the difference from the previous Tian Liaizi. Qi Changjai picked up one and felt it. For a moment, he said, maybe this is the real Tian Li, son of the Kong family, which was made by intercepting Tian Li. Su Chen touched his chin and said, could it be that it was made from the sky thunder that was introduced during the calamity? That doesn't mean that he was distracted during the calamity. Gu Yao said, perhaps it was made while distracted while transcending the calamity, or it may be that some of the thunder calamity energy was accessed by other special methods, and then refined after transcending the calamity. No matter which method, it must be this kind of thunder. The number of children is very small. The power of this thunder is equal to the power of a single blow from a monk in the early days of Immortals. It is indeed a good thing. Not bad according to Qi Changjai's understanding. The Tian Liaizi used by the Kong family's children in the secret realm are not of this kind. Of course, it is possible that it is not used as the bottom of the box. The 3 of them flew in the crowd of monks to the exit of Yukang city, and they noticed at the gate of the city that there were at least dozens of divine senses scanning back and forth, and they heard the complaints of other monks in their ears. It wasn't so troublesome to go out of the city before. What are you doing this time? Don't you know? Yukong Cheng has a secret realm that has just ended. The person who came out must have brought a lot of heaven and earth treasures. If such a person released one, wouldn't it be a big loss? Isn't it basically all the children of the noble families who participated? They still dare to come out and run. Hey, you're ignorant, right? There are foreign cultivators in both of them. Isn't there Su Chuan in the Yu family? But since the time is so short, Su Chuan must still stay in the Yu family. I guess those guys want to keep an eye on them. It's the 3 monks who joined the Kong family. These 3 are worth a lot more than Su Chuan's one. If they are caught, the fairy grass they brought out won't be worth the fairy stone. I'll definitely stay at the Kong family if I change it. Besides, can the Kong family let them take away the fairy grass? Hey, the Kong family can't keep it anymore. I heard that the Kong family didn't find dead wood and grass in the secret realm this time. Look at it, it won't be long before it's over. Do you want to die with them when you stay in the Kong family? After getting the news, the Kong family promised to let the 3 monks take away all the harvest in the secret realm, otherwise you think those guys are stupid? The 3 of Gu Yao did not act together, but spread out. The goal of the 3 of them was too big, and it was easy to draw attention to them. What they heard in their ears was also shocking. There are dozens of divine senses staring at them on the face, and privately I don't know how many people are jealous of their belongings. They are like big fat sheep now, and everyone wants to take a bite. At that moment, Gu Yao changed his mind, contacted the other 2 and got their consent. The 3 of them turned around and entered the city again. If they didn't go out, they stayed in the city. There were hundreds of millions of monks. It is not easy to find 3 people. More importantly, they know one thing, that is, after the ancestors of the Kong family got dead wood and grass, the old wounds will recover quickly, and Yukong Cheng will be in chaos for a while. Maybe by then everyone's eyes will be caught by Yukong too. The battle at home has restrained their attention, and the pressure will be relieved a lot when they go out of the city. The 3 of them can walk separately in the city, but in the starry sky outside the city, not to mention Su Chen, it is Gu Yao, and Qi Changjai can't rest assured that they will be separated from him temporarily. The goal of moving together is too big, and their appearance is easy to change, but the trio is striking. The 3 of them even lived separately, and stayed in the same inn one after another, and used a messenger to communicate. Yu said, "Can that guy Su Chuan escape from Yu's house? And after leaving Yu's house, will they leave first if they can't wait for us?" Su Chen sent a message first. Gu Yao glanced at the two storage rings that had been thrown into the space. If something was really moved on them, it wouldn't work at all. He said, "There's no other way, I can only wait for a while, and there is no way he can get away so quickly. Maybe the Yu family has fulfilled their promise this time, and really refined the yin-yang xiantian pill for him." "Haha," Su Chen replied with an exaggerated smile, "the Yu family is so splendid." The three of them rested for a while and came out of the room, but in one day, the atmosphere of the entire Yukang city became a lot more tense. When dining in the restaurant, they could hear the grievances of the Yukang family. "Have you heard? The Yu family, Yu Yubo, died in a secret realm. The Yu family is going to attack the Kong family. Let the Kong family hand over the murderer, and the Yu family can let it go. This Yu family is too domineering. What happened in the secret realm in the past, everyone will only find scum in private, and will not put it on the table at all. This time, the Yu family is openly looking for trouble with the Kong family. Then Yu Yubo also deserves it. Since he dares to enter the secret realm, isn't he prepared for the possibility of losing his life in it? Who does he think he is? Even the immortal emperor may fall, but he is only an earth immortal. Hey, who made him have a mother who is very important to him? Yu Ian's status in the Yu family is not low. I heard that many of the children of the Yu family who entered the secret realm have been troubled by Yu Lan, isn't it? Are you bullying others, and the children of the Yu family, whose backgrounds are not as big as hers, dare not speak up? By the way, there is one more thing. I heard that the 3 foreign aid monks who joined the Kong family have left the Kong family. The news is very reliable. At the exit, I just want to rely on them to make a fortune." Gu Yao was sitting in the lobby, with Su Chen on the table next to him. Su Chen secretly cast a look at him, as if to say, "I'll just say it, the Kong family can't keep the secret, it will soon spread." Gu Yao didn't think that the Kong family could hide the news of their departure. After all, even the refining method of the Kong family's Tian Liza could be taken away, not to mention the whereabouts of the 3 of them. Sight is the best policy. It's incredible, something big has happened. A monk burst into the lobby of the restaurant and shouted, "The Yu Kong family really got into trouble." A group of Yu family monks hit a mine of the Kong family, saying it was for them. The young master took revenge and killed most of the monks there, and the rest fled back to the Kong family. A monk who was drinking in the lobby shook the messenger in his hand and said, "What's the matter? Isn't it the result that I knew earlier?" Besides the mine, some monks brought a group of monks to the largest store of the Kong family, saying that they sold it. There is something wrong with the immortal weapon, and he actually killed a cultivator by backlash, and he is looking for the Kong family to discuss it. Tisk tisk, this is really a trouble. Can the Kong family hold it? Difficult, unless the ancestor of the Kong family can recover from the injury. I think it will be difficult for the Yu family to stop. Even if the Yu family wants to stop, then the Xiang family and the Bian family won't. In just a few days, more and more news came out. The conflict between the Yu family and the 2 families became wider and wider, and the number of cultivators involved in casualties also continued to increase. Among them, there might be some fish in troubled waters. Suddenly one day, an angry screeching sound came from above Yukang City. "The child of the Yu family, pay for my son's life." Following the scolding, there were several violent explosions. The monks in the inn went out to check what happened, and the 3 of Gu Yao also went out to watch with the crowd. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 636. It's Yang Huole, God, the Yu family actually used Yang Huolei to bomb the Kong family. This battle is really endless. When I came out, I saw that the direction of the Kong family was in the direction of the thunder. The three of Guyao, who were in the crowd, took the opportunity to meet. They stood in mid-air and could look down. What they saw made them gasp. On the Kong family's side, many places were attacked by the Yu family, although it was Yu family in name. Lan came to the Kong family to seek revenge, but he was clearly ready to attack the Kong family in an all-round way. It is more likely that the ancestor of the immortal emperor of the Yu family is hiding in a dark place at the moment, ready to take action at any time. The elder of the Kong family flew out from the protective formation with a few monks, and scolded coldly, "If you want to fight, you can fight, don't raise the banner of revenge, your Yu family's life is your life, and my Kong family's life is yours. Isn't it life? Yes, if you want to fight, you will fight. My Kong family's children are not afraid of death. Which one enters the secret realm and is not ready to die at any time? Your Yu family children entered the secret realm and began to hunt and kill my Kong family children. Are we still not allowed to fight back? Good. Good. Sure enough, they are all sharp-mouthed guys. I have seen today, what kind of prestige can your Kong family be? Give it to me. My son's life will be paid for by your entire Kong family." Yu Lan waved his hand and launched an attack on the Kong family. In a blink of an eye, a violent melee broke out over the Kong family. Except for the elders of the Yu Kong family who did not make a move, everyone else joined the battle. This is the situation in mid-air, and below, the ordinary monks on the Kong family's side are desperately withdrawing. They are not the Kong family, nor are they attached to the Kong family, so they don't want to get involved in this battle, they just want to leave the battlefield. The farther the better. A crowded market below was emptied in an instant, and there were still scattered items on the road, which were affected by the aftermath of the battle, and some buildings had collapsed. The two sides fought in a daze, and the three of Guyao stood far away to watch. Yes, they are actually on the Yu family's territory now, and the Yukong family probably never thought that they would run into the Yu family's eyelids. Under. The elders of the Kong family looked at the elders of the Yu family coldly. "Do you really want to drive out my Kong family and kill them?" Elder Yu stroked his beard and said, "One mountain does not allow two tigers. If your Kong family joins my Yu family, then there will be no need for these unnecessary deaths and injuries." Elder Kong snorted angrily and said it nicely. Even if the Kong family announced that they would join the Yu family would dare to accept such a group of people? They simply cannot tolerate the Kong family under their noses. Elder Kong looked at a certain direction in the sky and said, "Why, old ancestor Yu has already come, can't he still hide? Don't you dare to come out openly." This voice traveled very far, so the cultivators Guyao and his party who were far away could hear it, and they all slammed their tongues. I didn't expect old ancestor Yu to really come. A banner of revenge. Sure enough, there was a ripple in the void, and then a person walked out of it, walking steadily in the air step by step, but even where Guyao and the others were, they could feel that the air became a lot more depressed. Old ancestor Yu's face was white and beardless, and his half-black and half-white hair revealed his age. He didn't look very strong, and even looked a little weak, but the release of his aura was enough to force people to breathe. Old ancestor Yu glanced at Elder Kong lightly and said, "You are not qualified to talk to me, let your ancestor of the Kong family come out, I am here, can't he still retreat and watch the Kong family collapse?" Elder Kong was extremely angry. It seems that this time, my Kong family is really going to be pushed into a corner. Just when old ancestor Yu appeared, the battle in mid-air stopped, and the people on both sides returned to their respective teams. Many of the Kong family's children and guards were wounded, and looked in the direction of the Yu family with hatred. Kong Mingsong's expression was very calm. The Yu family didn't get any benefit from him. If he hadn't been stopped, he would have slaughtered a few more Yu family members. he was calm, but the other unsuspecting children of the Kong family were very sad and angry. Since the Yu family refused to let the Kong family go today, they would have to drag another Yu family away before they died, and die together with the Yu family. The cultivators who were watching were also looking at the direction of the Kong family, wondering if Patriarch Kong would come forward. Ancestor Kong has never been a timid person, it is impossible not to come out. It's just that old Ancestor Yu has come, why hasn't he revealed yet? Noodle. Maybe the injury is even more serious than what is circulating outside, so I have to bite the bullet and not come out. Xiangqi Liang followed behind his father, and their Xiang family also participated in the battle, but now looking at the direction of the Kong family's ancestors' retreat, his eyelids jumped for some reason. Bian Yanjian was also present, and glanced around with a wicked smile. Gu Yao and those three really left? But every exit could not find people who came out of the city that matched their characteristics. Could it be that they still stayed in Yukang City? It's a pity, it would be great if they could join the Bian family, but he also knew that the Yu family would not tolerate it. If the Yu family found out their whereabouts, there was only one way: the Yu family could not keep threats and let them grow up. To see them deliberately plotting the Kong family is not the case. Ancestor Kong was still not seen coming out, and the atmosphere at the scene became more and more depressing, making people suspect that as long as a spark was dropped, it could explode quickly and destroy everything. Just as old Ancestor Yu raised his hand, when old Ancestor Kong was about to slaughter the cultivators of the Yu family if he did not appear, an aura suddenly rose in the place where old Ancestor Kong was in retreat, and instantly rushed into the sky, then turned sharply towards the sky. Ancestor Yu and the cultivators of the Yu family came in a hurry. Old Ancestor Yu was startled, and immediately wrapped his own coercion to resist the past. At this moment, the great elder stepped back and rolled back. As soon as he woke up, the children of the Kong family who were beside him evacuated. At the moment of just withdrawing, the immortal energy and space that were squeezed to the extreme made a bang-bang blasting sound. The Kong family responded in a timely manner, because the elders of the Kong family had already prepared, but the Yu family was caught off guard. Many monks vomited blood, and the pressure of the two immortals collided, even if not a direct fight is enough for them to drink a pot. The Xiang family head and the Bian family head took the people back, and the blood in their bodies was stirred up. The two family heads looked at each other with huge shock in their eyes. Is this old Ancestor Kang's injury repaired, or is he dying? It's impossible to repair, unless he gets dead wood and grass, an elderly elder said in surprise. The head of the Xiang family suddenly looked at Xiangqi Liang. Qi Liang, are you sure that the Kong family really didn't get dead wood and grass in the secret realm? This is very important. Xiangqi Liang's expression also became uncertain, and Bian Yanjian suddenly cried out, I remembered, I forgot three people, it was them, they might have got the dead wood and gave it to the Kong family. Who? The muscles on Patriarch Bian's face trembled. It's Dan Master Guzhou and the others, Xiangqi Liang also exclaimed. Yes, the three of them were out of our sight for a while. If there were dead wood and grass, it could only be them. As for Kong Minghao and others, they stared at them with good looks, although the three of Gu Yao were out of their sight for a moment, but he didn't think that if they had a chance to get dead wood and grass, they would give it to the Kong family with both hands. How could this be possible? At this moment, old Ancestor Kang's pressure was quickly withdrawn, and a figure appeared out of thin air above him in retreat. Then, just like old Ancestor Yu, he came slowly step by step, but with old Ancestor Yu, the temperament is different. Kong Baozu is not angry and arrogant, and the momentum is very high. Old Yu's pupils shrank suddenly, and he lost his voice. You recovered? Did you get the dead wood grass? Although it was a question, the tone was definitely incomparable. What is there that people can't understand in this scene? Someone made a scene to deceive the monks, including the Kong family's children. The cultivator of the Kong family took a breath and stared nervously at Ancestor Kong. Has he really recovered? Really got dead wood grass? They don't care if someone cheated them or not, they only care about the result. Ancestor Kong waved his sleeves and said in a deep voice, "Probably God thinks that our Kong family has not yet reached the end of the road, but still gave us a chance. Yuyus, I know you are not convinced, why don't we have a fight?" The cultivator of the Kong family's breathing suddenly became rapid. This time he was excited and really recovered. The situation of the Kong family was immediately reversed. They were able to report back what the Yu family did to them before. The cultivators at the Yu family's side were also short of breath, and even patted randomly. They were also waiting for the answer, but the answer was not what they hoped to see, and many people cried out, "How is it possible? How is it possible to really get dead wood grass? Is it? Ancestor Kong is not trying to fool us, right?" The Xiangbian family knew it was true, but they still found it unbelievable. They couldn't believe it. All the deployment plans would go wrong with the three monks who joined by accident. It wasn't them that intervened in the middle. Everything would be according to them. Going forward as preconceived, after the secret realm is over, the Kong family can't bear their pressure at all, and will retreat. But someone can disrupt the situation, and even turn the whole situation in the other direction. Who are they? Patriarch Xiang asked in a cold voice. Can Patriarch Xiang say that such a cultivator's luck is against the sky? Usually against such monks, how many can have a good end? However, no one could answer this question, and they also wanted to know the origin and background of the three monks. Old Ancestor Kong didn't need Old Ancestor Yu's answer at all. With a wave of his sleeves, a wave of immortal energy swept towards Old Ancestor Yu, and a battle between the two immortal kings started in an instant. Old Ancestor Yu had to be forced to fight, and he also wanted to give it a try. Did Old Ancestor Kong really recover completely? The two of them did not restrain their shots, and their bodies moved rapidly in the air. In the blink of an eye, they fought for dozens of rounds. The battlefield has been transferred from the Kangjia side to the Yujia side. The buildings below collapsed. The monks' onlookers even screamed to avoid them everywhere. Some lively onlookers need to pay the price of life. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 637. Old Ancestor Yu was very annoyed, knowing that Old Ancestor Kong was doing what the Yu family did before paying his respects. If he was beaten by Old Ancestor Kong, the territory of the Yu family would be destroyed, and he had to take the initiative to open up the protection above. The hood shifted the battlefield of the two to the starry sky. The monks of the Kong family were overjoyed, and the old man had recovered, and his strength was not under Old Ancestor Yu. If Old Ancestor Yu wanted to suppress Old Ancestor Kong, he would never think about it. As for the Yu family members who came to the Kong family, the elder Kangda waved his hand and ordered, "Since we are here, let our children from the Kong family ask you for a lesson or two." "Yes, great elder." More monks from the Kong family flew out of the protective formation and rushed towards the Yu family like a wolf. They had endured the Yu family for a long time, and now they can finally fight back happily. With the support of their ancestors, what are they afraid of? The Yu family was forced to fight, and the situation changed too fast. Before, they came to take the initiative to provoke, but now it was someone else's turn to take the initiative to fight, and they themselves took the initiative to send the reason for the war to the door. As for the fuse of the initial war, Yu Yubo's body. Death can't play a role at all when the Kong family is no longer weak. Over the years, many of the Kong family's children have died in the hands of the Yu family, and they can kill them back for any reason. In the end, it's still who has the bigger fist. This is a battle of interests, not a battle of good and evil. No amount of excuses are nonsense. Yukang City is in chaos, and unless the battle is over, the previous order can be restored to a certain extent, and this battle has completely torn up the pretense that was exposed in front of everyone, so that the Yakang family can no longer return to the past mode of getting along, even if peace has been restored on the surface, but it is doomed that there will be more and more disputes in private. Gu Yao and Qi Changjai and Su Chen didn't see the end. When the chaos first started, the three of them left the city with the monks who didn't want to get involved in the melee. Now the monks inside and outside the city can't care to find Gu Yao. When these three monks left the city, they no longer had the dozens of spiritual senses that they had been sweeping around. In the starry sky, thinking of the situation in Yukang City, the three of them were filled with emotion. Su Chen said, Yukang Chen got its name from the Yu family and the Kong family, but now they are looking at each other to the point of being an eyesore. The nose is not the nose, the eyes are not the eyes, and when the next 500-year-old secret realm opens again, there will be a struggle inside. It will be more intense. Gu Yao said, if there is no accident, it will be like this, but no one can tell what the situation will be in the future. On the surface, the Yu family should have more connections than the Kong family. Of course, the Kong family is not unable to win over the monks. Previously, the disadvantage of the Kong family was caused by the injury of the ancestors of Kong, but if it was replaced by the serious injury of the ancestors of Yu, would the Kong family have the idea of completely suppressing the Yu family, and from then on the Kong family would dominate Yukang City? So after all, it is just a battle of interests, there is no right or wrong. Here, Su Chen flipped out the messenger, Su Chuan is here, but he was in time. I hadn't heard from Su Chuan before, and I thought he was trapped in the Yu family and couldn't escape. Now that the Yu family was facing counterattacks from the Kong family, it was estimated that they would not care about him as an outsider. In the distance, an Immortal shuttle flew over, and the person on the Immortal shuttle was Su Chuan. Three fellow deists, Su Chuan is late Su Chuan, who came here, apologized to the three of them, and said happily, fortunately, the Yu family can't care about me now, which gave me a chance to get out, so as not to let the Yu family doubt, we should leave as soon as possible. Okay, fellow deist Su, please show us the way. By the way, this is the storage ring that fellow deist Su left with us. Now it should be returned to the original owner Gu Yao throughout the two storage rings, which happened to fall on Su Kawasaki's heart. Su Chuan laughed loudly, thank you, Alchemist Gu. The two sides exchanged information. Sure enough, Su Chuan escaped while taking advantage of the chaos. All his gains in the secret realm were confiscated by the Yu family. It turned out to be intentional, but the current situation has made the Yu family reluctant to make this elixir for Su Chuan. Su Chuan is glad that he took this bet, otherwise he wouldn't be able to keep even a tiny bit of it, and his eyes on people were right. Gu Yao and the three didn't look down on his things, and they didn't have the slightest idea of swallowing them, otherwise they would have a bad idea. After leaving, how will Su Chuan find it? When I was out of the city, I was talking about the dead wood grass everywhere, but the Kong family really found the dead wood grass, and then the old ancestor Kong had a chance to recover. They were all saying that the Kong family was very good at acting and deceived the Yu family. It made the Yu family think that the Kong family did not find dead wood grass as before. Who would have thought that the result would be so unexpected? There is another way of saying. Su Chuan glanced at the three of Gu Yao, and some people said that the dead wood grass was related to the three foreign aides who joined the Kong family. It is said that the initial news came from the Xiangbian family. He was refuted by many cultivators. If he really found dead wood and grass, he didn't hurry up and hide it. He was stupid and handed it over. In Su Chuan's opinion, Xiangbian's family is not aimless. He has an intuition that the dead wood grass was really handed over to the Kong family by Gu Yao and the others, and the Kong family members in the secret realm basically don't know it. After all, it is not everyone can hide their emotions well, and it is precisely because of this that they can deceive the Yu family and bring the dead wood and grass out smoothly. Su Chen played with the taste, I mean, it has something to do with us. Yes, the dead wood grass was actually found by my junior brother, and it was also given to the Kong family when I left the secret realm. No matter how important the deadwood grass is, it is not as important as running now. Su Chuan quickly reacted and laughed. Yes, if there were no deadwood and grass, the Yu family should now be in control of the entire Yukang city. Not to mention Gu Yao and the three, Su Chuan, wanted to get out safely. Is not possible in a short period of time. It was only a deadwood grass that changed the situation in Yukang city. The deadwood grass played a great role, but Su Chuan also knew that not everyone had the courage to hand over the deadwood grass decisively, and he would be hesitant to change it. After all, one more deadwood grass means one more life. It's no wonder that he doesn't look down on his things, so he believes more and more that these three people have extraordinary origins. If Gu Yao knew what Su Chuan was thinking, he would say that he thought too much, not without hesitation, but the body of the deadwood grass was in his space. Inside, what was handed over was a clone. I don't know how many people in this fairyland know the true face of the deadwood grass. Of course, even if there is only one deadwood grass, after weighing the pros and cons, it will be handed over in the end, but the handover must be a bit painful, not as happy as it is now. Where are the three deists going? Su Chuan wonders if he can go on the same road with the three deists. Chi Changjai said bluntly, the Void Beast battlefield, Yukong Cheng is just passing by, I didn't expect to stay for 5 years. Void Beast battlefield, Su Chuan sighed. Chi Changjai glanced at him and said lightly, yes, if you don't want to go, Daiu Su, just send us to a transfer station, and we can take the spaceship there. Su Chuan couldn't make up his mind for a while, let me think about it. But there is no problem with going to the transfer station. I happen to pass a place on the way to the transfer station. Some of my brothers are staying there now. I originally planned to. Even if you leave here, you will also give them some materials obtained in the secret realm. Okay. After flying in the starry sky for more than half a month, Xianzhuo arrived at the place Su Chuan said, an exchange station in the meteorite belt, similar in nature to the exchange station Gu Yao and the others used to stay in Donglan City. It belongs to the meeting place of the three religions and 9 streams in the starry sky. Xianzhuo stopped outside the meteorite belt. Su Chuan thought about it for more than 10 days, and finally made up his mind, I've thought about it, I'll go with you. The previous practice has been in the adventure, and it makes no sense to cultivate to the current level. Instead, he became timid and did not dare to go to the Void Beast battlefield. As far as I know, there are many Earth Immortals and even human Immortal monks on the Starry Sky Beast battlefield. I'll come as soon as I go, and I'll trouble the 3 fellow deists to wait for me. Gu Yao nodded, and when Su Chuan turned around to leave Xianzhuo, he reminded him aloud, people's hearts are changeable, fellow deists Su must be careful. Su Chuan paused for a moment, then nodded, thank you Danchi Gu for reminding me that I and those brothers lived and died together in the past. This time I just ask for peace of mind and hope that the 3 fellow deists will not be implicated. The 3 fellow deists leave on their own. The 3 watched Su Chuan fly into the meteorite belt, but hid their immortal shuttle. They didn't intend to go in with Su Chuan. The situation of Yukong Cheng is not necessarily unknown here. At this moment, the 3 of them are big fat meat. Once their identities are revealed, they will be besieged by the monks of the entire exchange station. Su Chen looked in the direction of the meteorite belt and said, Su Chuan is really contradictory. Seeing that he is acting in a secret realm, he is a very scheming person, but now he trusts his brothers so much, regardless of his own safety. Do you want to make a bet on whether any of his brothers betrayed him? Chi Changjai glanced at him and looked away, making it clear that he didn't want to participate. People's hearts are the most uncontrollable, and this kind of gambling is very boring. Gu Yao was very helpless. If Senior is bored, let's go read a book, I'll be watching with Brother Ye here. Su Chen pouted, these 2 guys were bored. Guyao has reminded that Su Chuan is not worried about accidents, but he believes that not all brothers have interests first and will betray their brotherhood. In the past, they used to roam in the starry sky, and at many dangerous times, these brothers did not. There have been cases where he left his companions, so when the betrayal didn't happen, he was reluctant to doubt them. In any case, he worked hard to hide those materials and bring them out of the secret realm, just to share with his brothers, not to advance by himself. Besides, he is about to leave here, so he has to say hello to these brothers, otherwise he will become who is it? Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 638. Although he trusted his brothers, Guyao's reminder did not ignore him. Even if the brothers were trustworthy, what about the other monks in the exchange station? They don't know that they have participated in the Yukong family's trip to the secret realm. As long as they show up, these people will definitely stare at them. Therefore, Su Chuan changed his appearance and entered the exchange station. Unless he was an immortal or above, it would be difficult to see through. He flew slowly all the way, paying attention to the discussions of the monks in the exchange station. More than half a month has passed. I don't know how Yukong Cheng is now, whether it continues to be chaotic or stabilized. If it stabilizes, the news of him running away must be it came out. Is it still fighting in Yukang City? Can I enter Yukang City now? Where is the fight? It has stopped. Old Ancestor Yu and Old Ancestor Kong stopped fighting after fighting for 3 days and 3 nights. Of course, the people under them also stopped, but many monks died in the melee. Even if it stops now, the atmosphere inside is also more tense than usual. Maybe if you disagree with each other, you will start again. Who are the 2 immortal ancestors naked? Although Old Ancestor Kong is slightly better, it is limited. After the injury has taken so long, even if he is cured by deadwood grass, his cultivation has been stagnant for many years, and Old Ancestor Yu is not good at fighting. It's hard to say who will win or lose, and the Kong family knows that they can't completely suppress the Yu family, so they can only stop. I heard that the Yu family has ceded a lot of properties. That's true, they are all immortal monarchs. How can you tell the winner and loser in a short time? Immortal monarch's level, even if he is dying to fight back, he can ask the other party to drink a pot, if it is not necessary, who will not die endlessly. You're right. If it weren't for Xianjun, Yukong Cheng, and the secret realm would have been watched by other forces, how could the Yukong family have been guarded for so many years? Su Chuan's eyes sank slightly. He didn't expect that the fight would end after only 3 days and 3 nights. It ended earlier than he expected. It has to be said that the ancestor of the Kong family is also a figure. If you continue to fight, the result can only be a lose-lose situation, which will leave opportunities for other eye-catching eyes to take advantage of it. The truce was too early, and there were many more variables. For some reason, Su Chuan had a bad feeling in his heart. He took out the messenger first, and passed the news to Guyao and the others who were waiting outside, so that they could be more careful. Guyao and the others were also surprised when they read the content of the summons. It ended earlier than we thought. Su Chuan said, I'm afraid things will change. Do we have to wait? Chi Changjai groaned slightly. We have to wait. We are not familiar with this place, and we may break into dangerous places rashly. Besides, we have left Yukang City. Unless Xianjun is dispatched, we can still have a guarantee now. Although Chi Changjai mentioned Xianjun, he also knew that Xianjun was going to sit in Yukang City, so he could easily come out and walk around. Otherwise wouldn't he have given the other party a chance? Thinking of the hundreds of Yang Huo Lei Tian Lei Zi and the 3 Zhenzong Tian Lei Zi obtained from Ancestor Kong, Guyao has a few more points. Confidence. Su Chuan, who was in the exchange station, came to the house near the house he had agreed with his brothers. From the outside, it seemed that everything was normal, but his sense of unease became stronger and stronger. His eyes became firm in an instant. He strode towards the house, and pushed open the door with a bang. More than a dozen monks in the house were arguing fiercely about something. When they heard the voice and turned to look, one of the monks shouted in horror, "Brother Su, run! Someone is waiting for you to come back, run quickly!" A sudden attack came from behind, and the shouting cultivator was knocked out with a bang, followed by a coercion, and several rainbow lights shot towards him. Su Chuan's eyes were about to split, and he waved his sleeves and threw a whip to sweep away the cultivator who was knocked away. After a while, the rainbow lights were close to him and hit him fiercely. The defense collapsed instantly, and he couldn't bear to spit out a mouthful of blood, but then he threw out several immortal talismans, turned and swept away. If it wasn't to save the cultivator, his situation would be a little better, but it happened right in front of him. Without knowing who betrayed him, he couldn't turn a blind eye and just run for his own life. He can't resist with a single blow. There is no one else but Tianxian. He came as promised, but there is a trap waiting for him here. A voice came from behind, "Su Chuan, you can't run away. If you dare to fool my Yu family, where do you want to escape? Are those three with you?" Su Chuan was horrified that the Yu family came here in front of him. This was the secret meeting place between him and his brother. He asked himself that if there was no betrayal by an insider, no one else would be able to come here for a while. And how could the Yu family be sure that he and Gu Yao were staying together? "Brother Su, let me down, it's important for you to escape yourself, Brother Su," Zhang Wenai, the bastard, brought in the Yu family. "Our messengers have been taken by the Yu family, otherwise we will inform Su brother early in the morning. Came back. Let's go together, let you go down and see you die." Su Chuan was in a hurry. He was about to send a message to the three of Gu Yao outside, but there was another blow from behind, and the whole person and his brother were thrown away together. Going out, the messenger also fell from his hand, and was instantly turned into powder by an attack. The angel behind him flew over unhurriedly. "Want to run away? Want to inform others? If this angel is here, you should die." Su Chuan slammed heavily on the ground, turned around and looked at the angels flying in the air, and his brothers who he thought, all of them avoided his gaze and did not dare to touch him head on. "Why? Why do you do this?" Su Chuan asked angrily. Zhang Wenai flew forward from behind, but his attitude was a little more magnanimous. "Don't ask them, I can tell you, follow you. Su Chuan goes all the way to the dark, and there is only one dead end. Now I am also trying to make a living for my brothers, right? You Su Chuan can join the Yu family and seek to be promoted to heavenly immortal. Shouldn't we find a way out for ourselves? The brothers have been wandering with you for many years, and they have long been tired of it. Now that the Yu family has provided us with a way out, should we still listen to your rejection? Now you have offended the Yu family, don't drag your brother into the water again. Bah! You are obviously surnamed Zhang and you are despicable and shameless. Brother Su is for yourself? If it is only for yourself, why do you want to come back and die? Your conscience has been eaten by dogs. Just stopped at the Earth Immortal stage, haha. The cultivator Li Xian, who was standing on Su Chuan's side, scolded happily while wiping the blood on the corner of his mouth. Do you really think your brother Su is a good person? Do you know how much disaster he brought us? He colluded with outsiders to plot against the Yu family's young master Yubo. If we don't hand him over, we will all be convicted by the Yu family. Why do we have to die for him, Su Chuan?" This incident attracted many cultivators in the exchange station to watch. At this moment, Su Chuan's disguise could no longer be maintained, and he showed his true appearance. After a few conversations, they could know Su Chuan's identity, and they all stared at him with red eyes. However, when he heard the identity of Tianxian again, he suppressed the greed in his eyes again. Although the Yu family was suppressed by the Kong family this time, the dead skinny camels were bigger than the horses, not to mention that the Yu family had not reached the level of the skinny camels, which was still a giant for these monks at the exchange station. Su Chuan's eyes were sullen. He didn't expect that only Li Xian was on his side, and he was still thinking about the brotherhood. The others knew the result from their current performance. Li Xian, go to the side, let me meet with the angels of the Yu family for a while today. If you want to take down my Su Chuan, it's not as easy as you think, Su Chuan said and took out his fairy weapon spear. No longer flinching, but attacking the immortal aloof. Others looked at Su Chuan, who had fought with Tianxian, in embarrassment. However, they had already made a choice and had no way out. There was only one way to survive with Zhang Wenyi. They were also for themselves. Moreover, Su Chuan's combat power has always been the best among them. Instead of being abused by Su Chuan, it is better to stand aside and wait. Su Chuan's spear is like a dragon coming out of water, roaring and roaring in the air. Although his cultivation has not improved much after entering the secret realm, he has also seized the time to continuously condense his immortal energy. Compared with before entering the secret realm, his strength has improved a lot for his natal immortal artifact. He specially found some top-quality refining materials in the secret realm to integrate into it, and the quality has also been greatly improved. Therefore, the more Zhang Wenyi and the others looked, the more frightened they became. If the Yu family's angels didn't take action, they would not be able to win Su Chuan at all. It's no wonder that Su Chuan's reputation is quite famous in this area. It's very impressive to see that he has not defeated the Tianxian of the Yu family until now. But after all, it's still a little short. If Su Chuan is also promoted to Heavenly Immortal, it's still unclear who will die. Now, it's a pity. As if to prove their words, Su Chuan was knocked out again, a deep pit was smashed into the ground, and suddenly there were violent energy fluctuations next to him. Su Chuan looked to the side and was immediately horrified. Don't. Brother Su, run away, I will help you stop them. Li Xian, whose body swelled and shrank, had already rushed towards the ferry of the Yu family. Zhang Wenyi and others never thought that Li Xian could achieve such a level for Su Chuan, and even sacrificed himself to make a living for Su Chuan. Boom boom boom. Su Chuan clenched his teeth, and blood beads came out of his eyes, but at this moment, he couldn't waste the time that Li Xian fought for him, and turned his head and ran out desperately. He swears that if this revenge is not avenged, he swears not to be a human being. The Yu family, as well as Zhang Wenyi and the others, must pay the price for Li Xian. Would. The three of Guyao, who were hiding outside, also felt uneasy in their hearts, especially since they couldn't get a response from Su Chuan's messenger. Let's get closer and see what's going on. They abandoned Xianzhuo and flew into the meteorite belt in hiding. As soon as they flew in, they saw a huge energy storm in the sky. Sure enough, something happened. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 639. Someone blew himself up, Su Chen said in surprise. If he can force someone to blow himself up, it goes without saying that there must be an immortal. At this moment, Guyao's heart trembled, and he stretched out his hand and threw several immortal thunder talismans in the upper right direction. There was also a violent explosion in the meteorite belt immediately following the exchange station. A monk fell out of the hidden void, stared at Guyao and the three men sullenly, and said angrily, "How brave! To actually dare to show up. Today I want to use your life to pay homage to young Master Yubo's spirit in heaven." Sure enough, it's from the Yu family. Oh, the Yu family actually still has the time to deal with the people next to them. Want to sacrifice to the sky? Go sacrifice yourself, threw several Yang Huolei in one breath. Gu Yao did the same. Is it someone from the Yu family? Oh, let them taste the Yang Huolei of the Yu family, while Qi Changjai is in charge of Gu Yao's retreat. What? My Yu family's Yang Huolei? Damn, Immortal cultivator didn't expect these three cultivators to throw almost 10 Yang Huolei. Where did they get it? Even the Yu family members have not used Yang Huolei so freely. Where did they get it? As the Yu family, he knew the power of Yang Huolei, so even in the face of three Earth Immortals, he had to avoid their edge, but the moment he was about to transfer, he noticed a binding force trapping him in place. Although he broke free quickly, but this level of battle, sometimes the difference is 1,000 miles away, and Yang Huolei exploded all around him. Boom boom boom. At the moment when the meteorite belt exploded, Su Chuan also rushed out of the exchange station. This was completely exchanged for his brother's life, so he desperately burned his blood essence, and he had to run faster. The sacrifice of his brother must not be in vain. Only if he escapes successfully will he have the opportunity to fight back in the future to avenge his brother Li Xian. Originally, he didn't want to drag the three of Gu Yao, so he chose the opposite direction from when he came in. However, when he saw the explosion in the meteorite belt, he instantly realized that there was more than one immortal ambush here, and the meteorite belt was also ambushed. Maybe he was noticed when he sneaked in, but he just wanted to catch everyone. Sichuan, here, from a distance, Su Chuan heard Gu Yao's voice transmission, which made him have the urge to cry. At the speed of sacrificing his blood essence, Su Chuan got rid of the pursuit of the angels behind, and he swept to Gu Yao and the others in a blink of an eye. He saw another angel was blown to pieces under the attack of Yang Huolei. He saw. Very happy. There is also an angel behind me, let's leave quickly, we can't let them meet, Su Chuan hurriedly said. Don't worry, isn't it the angels of the Yu family, since they dare to come, let them taste the Yu family's own Yang Huolei. Su Chen turned his hand and took out several times of Yang Huolei, while Gu Yao held more. Even Qi Changjai has extremely dangerous Yang Huolei in his hands. No, leave now, Tianxian, who was blown to pieces, shouted to his accomplices behind him. He was terrified when he saw the Yang Huolei. Where did they come from? Could it be that they robbed the Yu family's warehouse? At this moment, he didn't realize that these Yang Huolei were refined by Qi Changjai himself. However, although his accomplices noticed that there was an aura similar to Yang Huolei, they thought it was just similar. Besides, the number of Yang Huolei was scarce, who could use it inexhaustibly. Therefore, when he heard the voice of his partner, he just slowed down, instead of turning away. Brush brush, Yang Huolei threw out, blocking the path of the two angels. Boom! Blast, Su Chen roared extremely arrogantly. Boom boom boom. In the meteorite belt, there seems to be a gorgeous feast of fireworks. The fireworks are constantly blooming in the sky. Many meteorites are involved in it, colliding, smashing, annihilating, and almost involving the exchange station. This is still the exchange station. The master shot stabilized, and all of them stood in the air watching the scene in the distance in shock. When the fireworks went out, someone asked out loud, "Who is this naked? Where's that kid Su Chuan? I didn't expect him to have accomplices outside." If you read it correctly, it should be the Yang Huolei of the Yu family. Its power is indeed extraordinary. No, the one who chased and killed Su Chuan before was an immortal from the Yu family. Could it be that the Yu family's own people deal with their own people? When the movement there finally calmed down a little, one by one, they left the exchange station to check on their own strength. It was completely beyond their expectations. They actually saw two corpses, one of which was Yu Tianxian who had chased out before. That one is also the angel of the Yu family. Who is it that actually killed the two heavenly immortals of the Yu family? The battle just now, it is estimated that there are dozens of Yang Huole. Where did the guy bring so many Yang Huole? There are also angels in the exchange station. He flew over to check the cause of death of the two corpses. The huge blasting impact of Yang Huoli completely crushed the defenses of the two, and their bodies were severely damaged. However, the resilience of the angels, it is also amazing. There should be another fatal injury. After this investigation, the Immortal found that the sea of consciousness and Danshan of the two corpses were all smashed by a terrifying thunder force, and even the Immortal infant could not escape. Are Chuan's accomplices more powerful than these two angels? They followed Zhang Wenyi and the others who were hiding behind the other monks. Seeing this scene, their legs went weak. If they weren't in the starry sky, they could just slumped on the ground. Su Chuan escaped successfully. As long as he lives for one day, it is impossible to spare them, just betrayal, but now that Li Xian died because of them, Su Chuan must avenge Li Xian, and the Yu family died 2 times. A goddess will not let them go either. Let's leave quickly, the farther away from Yukang City, the better, hurry up. Several monks who collectively betrayed Su Chuan hurriedly took out the Immortal shuttle and left here. Many monks saw it and laughed at it. Now, they still understand Su Chuan's temperament, not to mention that they are willing to risk Su Chuan to reunite with them after coming out of the Yu family, which is very loyal, but these people don't know how to cherish it, and they offend Su Chuan miserably. In the future, these monks will live in the shadow of Su Chuan. It is hard to say whether they will be able to break through the earth immortals and become heavenly immortals in the future. In the Yu family, the children of the clan guarding the soul card tremblingly reported to Yulan, their soul cards are all cracked. Yulan lost her temper, and the Kong family was frustrated, so she turned the gun on Su Chuan and Guyao, not only because they were weak, but also because the corpse of Yu Yubo brought back with thunder energy. Yang Huole had the thunder element aura, so she directly set her eyes on the thunder cultivator who joined the Kong family. Trash. It's all a bunch of trash. 2 heavenly immortals can't catch a few earth immortals? What's the use of raising you guys from the Yu family? However, Yulan soon received an order from the head of the family and the elders to question her about the Yang Huole face to face. The Yu family was not so lavish as to smash dozens of Yang Huole in one breath. The key is that the Yu family was not stolen. The number of Yang Huole in the warehouse has not changed, and besides, the number of Yang Huole in the warehouse is not as much as others have smashed out at once, so there is only one possibility, that is, the refining method of Yang Huole has leaked out. The Yang Huole was made by others, and when it was made, there is no doubt that it was in the extreme fire area of the secret realm, where the environment is most suitable. The Yang Huole refining method has only been studied by the Yu family, but that is because the Yu family is not good at refining this thing, and high-quality lightning energy is hard to come by, but if you let the right people get it, it may not be impossible to see the correct refining method from it. Yulan understood as soon as she heard it. She gritted her teeth and said, "It really is them." Her suspicions were correct, it really was the 3 little thieves who killed her son. Yubo was killed by them. This time I want to bring someone there yourself. Yulan turned around and was about to rush out, but the pressure of the first elder released her to suppress her. Seeing Yu Ian's still unconvinced eyes, she said, as expected, it was because of Yu Yubo that the method of making Yang Huole was revealed, such an important thing. You actually let that idiot Yu Yubo carry him with you. Look at what kind of waste you have spoiled him over the years, and how much the Yu family has been implicated because of him. I said earlier that you should discipline him and see what you have done. In the past, the clan elders who would defend Yu Ian's side were also able to easily hear how the Yang Huole refining method was leaked. At this moment, each of them had no good feelings for Yulan, and the Yu family themselves had not been able to refine them in batches. When he came out, he was first learned by others. This is a big joke for the Yu family. All these years of hard work have become other people's wedding clothes. They even thought in their hearts that Yu Yubo died well, but they thought he died too late. If he had died outside earlier, this disaster would not have happened. I will bring their bodies back in person. Yu Ian's face turned pale from the merciless coercion, but she still did not give up. At this moment, old ancestor Yu's voice came in, send her to the Forbidden Land and punish her for 100 years to calm her mind. Yes, old man. The coercion was removed, but Yulan no longer had the idea of resisting, because it was the order of the ancestors, but she hated it. She knew who and where the murderer of her son was, but she couldn't take revenge for her son in person. The news also reached the Kong family, and the Kong family was also shocked. The Yang Huolei refining method, which they had tried in every possible way, was obtained by Guyao and they were refined in large quantities. When the secret realm was about to close, they came in a hurry, and they should have been refining Yang Huolei in the extreme fire area at that time. There are a lot of fire seeds there, and Qi Changjai is a cultivator of Lei Lingan, who is really the best person to refine Yang Huolei. Transmigration, First Class Immortal Husband. Author, North Wind Blows. Chapter 640. The senior members of the Kong family are also asking, how did they get the Yang Huolei refining method? Not even our Kong family's Tian Liiza. There is also the elder regretting, if you had known that they had the Yang Huolei refining method in their hands, they should have exchanged it from them at any cost. It's a pity that after killing the two immortals of the Yu family, they lost their tracks, and I don't know where they will go in the future. The strange thing is that we can't find out where they came from, and we don't know where they went. The identities of these three monks are too mysterious. Kong Mingcheng and his brothers were also talking about Guyao and the others. Apart from Yang Huolei, they did not expect that the three of Guyao would be linked with Su Chuan. Based on what happened later, they should have secretly contacted them in the secret realm. Bar. The Yu family is so shameless that they actually sent two angels to deal with Don Gu and the others. I think the truce is too early, leaving them idle, Kong Minghao said angrily. Kong Mingsong sneered, Yulan can now be sure that Yu Yubo died in the hands of Don Gu and the others, but now she can't even get out of the Kong family's door, and was thrown into the forbidden area by the order of old ancestor Yu herself. Yes, yes, this matter is really heartwarming, I am so relieved to hear it, haha, I am excited when I think about the scene at that time. I smashed dozens of Yang Huolei at once, no matter how powerful the angel is, it is useless, brother, I am not tell me, brother. Kong Minghao didn't close the door, and accidentally saw the half-smiley eyes from Kong Mingsong, and quickly begged for mercy. Kong Mingsong also frightened him, saying, you should also work hard. Watching this battle, it won't take long before fellow deist Ye will be promoted to heavenly immortal. Got it, big brother. Just when there was a small conflict in Yukong Cheng, another cultivator came here quietly and looked at the information about the so-called Don Gu and his party that he had found. How could he suspect that it was the three of Guyao? The identity of the sword cultivator was not revealed, and he wondered if it was a coincidence, otherwise, which cultivator would know that someone was secretly looking for them, and would still be so showy? But this is also a clue. The monk turned the spherical map in his hand, guessing where Guyao and the others would go next. Damn, someone has been obstructing him secretly, otherwise it will be smoother. Don't think he doesn't know, it's Yu Heng's haunted guy. A year later, the three of Guyao and Su Chuan came to the vicinity of the Void Beast battlefield. Looking at the three people around him, Su Chuan still felt like he was in a dream. A year ago, he was still at the pinnacle of Earth Immortal, and even because he forcibly burned his blood essence, he thought it would take longer to become an immortal. Unexpectedly, 1 year later, the sequelae of burning blood essence disappeared, and he also successfully broke through from the peak of the Earth Immortal to the early days of the Immortal. It turned out that Dan Master Gu did not only ascend a small step in the secret realm, but jumped 2 small steps in a row, breaking through from the middle stage of the Earth Immortal to the peak of the Earth Immortal, and shortly after consolidating the cultivation of the peak of the Earth Immortal on the way, he tried after refining the Yin-Yang Xiantian pill, Suzhong, who got the top-grade Yin-Yang Xiantian pill, almost burst into tears. They found a relatively safe place on the way. Qi Changjai took the lead in breaking through the calamity, and Su Chuan, who was in a good state, also attracted his heavenly immortal tribulation. It has risen a lot facing the Void Beast battlefield. Su Chuan's confidence has also increased a lot. Being able to come to the periphery of the Void Beast battlefield in such a short period of time has something to do with Guyao and the others spending huge sums of money to use the teleportation array, which greatly shortened their journey. The Void Beast battlefield is surrounded by a huge enchantment, which is separated from the outside world. Also because of the existence of the Void Beast battlefield, outside the enchantment, a huge city is formed. There are countless monks coming and going, and there are many big ones. The places where the forces are stationed, such as the Xianhuan Palace, such as the Seven Stars Immortal Sect and the Chanqi Immortal Gate. Just set foot on this land, looking at the sturdy monks coming and going, Su Chen said with emotion, "I didn't expect there would be so many people here, it would be so prosperous, and the combat effectiveness of the monks here should be higher than other places." A big chunk. Su Chuan and Su Chen have a very common language. He originally thought he was the best in Yukang City, but when he came here, he realized that the world he saw in the past was too small. Sure enough, the decision to come out with Guyao and the others was the most correct one. Yes, thinking about it like this, he couldn't help surging with blood, eager to join the battle, to improve his strength in the battle, and he still wanted to go back to Yukang City. Guyao looked around. "We have to find someone to understand the general situation here." At this moment, a person fairy trotted over and asked diligently, "Is it the first time for the four seniors to come to our Void City? Do you need a guide?" The junior was born in the Void City, and the junior knows everything here. Su Chen said in surprise, "There are really people here, where are the immortals?" Human Immortal Cultivator smiled and said, "Although the Void Beast battlefield is very dangerous, Void City is very safe because of the enchantment and the Immortal Emperor, so not to mention human immortals, even ordinary immortals can rest assured. Here." Su Chen sighed with emotion. Immortal Emperor guarding, of course, they are also considered people who have seen Immortal Emperor style, it is not surprising. Guyao asked, "Okay, how is the guide fee calculated?" Rengxian Cultivator was overjoyed. "The younger generation is called Zhongjin, and it only takes 10 days for a middle-grade Immortal Stone." "Okay, this is the Immortal Stone, take it, take us to find a slightly better cave to live in." "Okay. The four seniors, please come with the juniors." Zhongjin was overjoyed. Although the mortal immortals are quite safe here, they are still at the bottom, and because of the battlefield, they believe that the strong are respected, unless there is a background, otherwise it will be more difficult than other places to make a living. Zhongjin introduced several places that could be placed, and described the characteristics and environment of these places in detail, and finally went to a place selected by Guyao and the others. Zhongjin didn't expect that these ordinary-looking monks had such a big hand, and the place they chose was in the middle and upper reaches of the Void City. The pen is astronomical. However, Guyao and the others chose a cave without blinking their eyes and paid the rent. They also heard a lot about the Void Beast battlefield on the way, more detailed than what they heard from Bigo and Jianyang. The most important point is that as long as there is real strength in Void City, there will never be a shortage of immortal stone flowers. So they didn't sting about immortal stones. Immortal stones were originally cultivation resources, and it was still very cost-effective to exchange for a cave dwelling with rich immortal energy. Of course, the prices in Void City are generally much higher than other places. The place they chose had high-grade immortal veins buried in the ground. After moving in, Su Chu unconsciously handed over some immortal stones. He replaced them with immortal grasses and refining materials from the secret realm. The things were also preserved by Togayo and the others. This approach made Su Chen's perception of him a bit better. After renting the cave, Zhang Jin came over every morning and led Guyao and the others around the Void City to familiarize themselves with the situation. The most attractive thing here is the large trading market, which is bigger than anything they have seen before. Not to mention Su Chuan, even Guyao and the three who have seen a lot of good things are also dazzled. There are not only a large number of loot from the Void Beast battlefield, such as the Void Beast's corpse and various parts on the body, but also the cultivation resources from all over the fairyland. It is no wonder that this battlefield attracts many monks to take risks, not to mention the battlefield. The sufficient cultivation resources here alone cannot be provided by other places. Of course, this also requires a condition, that is, you have enough immortal stones, otherwise, no matter how many cultivation resources you have, you can only watch helplessly, and you will be missed. Guyao and Su Chen's eyes glowed. There were many immortal grasses, and many immortal grasses that they had seen in the elixir books. They would be happy to stay here for hundreds of years. Before they came, they felt that they had the group of people from Xianxi, but they knew when they had not finished visiting the market. They still belonged to the poor, and the more they looked, the more they felt poor. Even though they felt that they were poor, the two of them couldn't help throwing out a lot of immortal stones, which made Zhang Jin's heart skip a beat. He had never received such a monk with immortal stones before. Is the senior an elixir master? In our Void City, there is a kind of special respected status that does not need to go to the Void Beast battlefield. The higher one belongs to the elixir master. The higher the elixir, the more sought after. The consumption of elixir here is unmatched by other places. Zhang Jin felt that he was the truth. No wonder these seniors had immortal stones so much. It turned out that they were alchemists. No matter how many immortal stones were scattered, they could come back after refining a few pots of pills. Su Chen teased, "It's so, just eat it." In their eyes, Zhang Jin is a teenager. It can be seen that he is very young. He only knew after asking before that the situation at home was not very good. There are many, some people have harvested a lot of loot from the Void Beast battlefield, some people have soared in strength on the Void Beast battlefield and even become immortal emperors, but more monks have left their lives on the battlefield. Zhang Jin blinked, not sure if he should believe it or not, but no matter how much he is eating, he is not of the same class. I will also work hard to cultivate, and I will go to the Void Beast battlefield like my father in the future. Although I can't become an immortal emperor on the battlefield like Immortal Emperor Yuheng, I have to become a strong one. Although his father died on the battlefield, Zhang Jin there is no fear, and even yearning. Seniors don't know, since Immortal Emperor Yuheng became an immortal emperor on the battlefield, there have been more monks from our Void City. It is not surprising to encounter immortals here. Maybe there are immortal emperors hiding in the crowd. Although the young man Zhang Jin was a human being, he was still proud of being born in this Void City.